Hi, it's Larry Hendrickson with Real Property Management Instant Equities here in Fort Myers. Hey, you've probably seen a few of my videos. Maybe you have. Maybe this is the first one. Just wanted to do a little more information about who we are at RPM, who we are at RPM Instant Equities, who I am, what we do as a property manager, what you could expect from our property management. Um, anyway, RPM, Real Property Management, is a national franchise, one of the largest ones with 400 offices throughout the country. RPM Instant Equity, our group, we have about 6 offices. We have St. Joe, Michigan, Austin, Texas, Mobile, Alabama, Charleston, South Carolina, and then also 2 offices here in one in Fort Myers and one in Tampa, two of them in Florida. And so anyway, we're a full service property management company. I've been in real estate for over 35 years. I've done it all. I've owned my own rental property. I've listed, sold, I did flips, did just about everything in real estate over these years. And what I wanted to share with you today is that we are a property management company. I'm not out listing and selling homes. I'm not wearing 2 hats. I'm not a property manager during the day and a realtor at night. I found that that's a little bit harder to do, is to have 2 hats. So I know that there's a lot of realtors out there right now, and there's nothing wrong with it. They're a property manager, and then they're doing the real estate thing. But I just want you to share with our owners that we're property management. What we're doing is look out for your best interest in your rental property. And what we want to do by starting with is trying to find the right tenant. What we want to do is use our 4-star process to find the right tenant. We advertise for that tenant. We want to make sure that tenant is who they say they are. There are a lot of scams out there. We want to make sure they haven't had any evictions. We want to make sure they can pay their rent. We want to make sure they are who they say they are, and then they can afford the rent and they take care of your property. Then, of course, what we want to do is make sure we got good quality properties. We want to make sure we go out and check the property before we put the tenant in to make sure that there's no issues with the property. And if there's some things that need to be done, we get that taken care of. Then, of course, we want to make sure that we stay in compliance with the local and state laws on, when we do the applications and the leases and stuff, to make sure that we're in compliance with the laws here. So we want to take care of that. And then one of the other things that we do for our owners is that we have a lot of technology, so you get your financial statements and stuff like that. We send those out once a month, and then you have your statement for the end of the year for your taxes. But what we do for our tenants is that we also offer them a resident benefit package, which helps them with their air filters, their insurance, and some moving concierge and some of the other programs. We also offer a program for our owners that's called the Steady Program, which helps protect them if there is an eviction or if there is a tenant that's slow or not paying the rent. We can talk about that in more detail if you're interested in that program. But the most important thing is that we want to make sure that we work with our owners and our tenants. Now, probably the biggest concern and the biggest issue with rental property is probably the maintenance. And when I say maintenance, that 3 a.m. phone call, the tenant calls up to say the garbage disposal is not working. And yes, it has happened. But we have processes for that. We use a lot of technology. We use the portal. So if there is an issue, the resident will go on there. They'll tell us that there's a problem, and then we will dedicate that maintenance issue to either a plumber, electrician, or a handyman. And of course, we want to stay on top of what the cost is. Now, of course, if there's a big expense like an AC unit or something like that, of course, we would call you as the owner and let you know what was going on. But any of the small issues, we take care of that. We want to take that off your plate. We don't want you getting that hassle. We want to make that as easy as possible. And as I said earlier with the portal, we have ACHs set up so you'll get direct deposit. So no more waiting at the mailbox for a check. So we have that process. But what we want to do here at RPM is to help our owners be profitable. We're your eyes and ears, your boots on the ground. We're there to watch your home investments, kind of like a stockbroker watching over your investments. We do the same thing with your real estate. We're your eyes and ears. And so that's what we do here at Real Property Management. We wear in one hat. We're a property management company. We'll refer out the other stuff to other referral partners for listings and sales, but we want to be a property manager first. So if you're been doing this for 20 years and you've been operating your own real estate investments yourself, you know, what call it your do-it-yourselfer, and you're looking to take something off your plate, hey, give us a call. We'll see what we can do for you. Or if you're a first-time investor, you're buying your first investment property, don't really know where to start, hey, give me a call. I love real estate, been doing it for a long time. Give me a call, show you what we can do for you and help you succeed in the real estate business. Again, Larry Hendrickson with Real Property Management Instant Equities here in Fort Myers. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do for you.